and they're just so dramatic. So these are going to be so much fun. Welcome to Style by Lauren Ryder. If you're new here, I'm Lauren. I love thrifting and mixing and matching and playing around with my style. If that sounds good to you, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. I am so excited because we are outside of Savers right now and we are going to do our weekly thrift trip. But today I'm going to be thrifting my spring mood board. So I have put together some references of what I'm so into and so inspired by right now. It's really feminine pieces, lots of lace and sheer and chiffon, dressed up and elevated, mixed with heavier pieces and more casual pieces like raffia and straw and linens and all of that. I think some of the designers that I really love right now are Valentino, obviously, so dramatic, and I just love the mix and match in all of Alessandro Michele's work. And then Vivetta is another designer that I've been inspired by, Zimmerman, so many. I'll put references, but that's the look that we are going to try to thrift today. So even though it is a cold and rainy day here in Southern California, we are thinking spring and even into summer, and we're going to try to find some of those pieces inspired by my mood board. So let's go ahead and go in. As soon as I headed in, I found this vintage lace evening jacket. Look at all the beadwork and the detail on this. It reminded me so much of the Valentino kind of like boho maximalism vibe. Then this velvet jacket, look at how crazy the collar is. I'm obsessed with the color and I love the collar, but I wasn't really into velvet, so I did leave that. But I did spot this hat that had such cool feather detail and was the exact same shape of the Valentino style turban hats. Then this silky button down I thought would be a perfect layering piece for all of the sheer and drapey fabrics. This one here too, I loved the lace eyelet detail at the collar, and this one I could imagine styling with some layers too. Here I am about ready to try on. You can see my rolling cart is jam-packed and it's completely full. I loved this leopard print Ralph Lauren button down. I know, I have so many leopard print tops, but I did see lots of leopard print in Zimmerman in the Valentino shows. Then this vintage blazer caught my eye. Again, it was so Valentino coated with all of that maximalism beadwork and the lace detail on the collar. I thought this was so pretty. Then this jacket here reminded me of the Resort Runway show for Valentino. It was a really cool vintage jacket. It wasn't in the best condition, but I also found these little sweet, pretty little things for layering. You know, I had to source some polka dots for the look, and I found not one but two pieces. First, a really shiny vintage button down, and then this lightweight vintage jacket I thought was perfect. It even had the boho maximalism pocket square added. Then, like I mentioned before, I did see some animal print in both Valentino and Zimmerman. So when I found this jacket, I thought this would be a perfect layer, again, to go paired back with all of the lacy pieces and all of the sheer pieces. I think this is absolutely perfect. Here I'm trying the lightweight blazer. I love how oversized it is. I love the shoulder pad and the pocket square detail. I think just adds so much and ties it back to that Valentino look. And I think this is going to be so much fun to style in the spring and take it into summer because it's so lightweight. This is the shiny polka dot vintage button down. Again, I'm loving this piece and I think it's going to be a perfect piece to layer and play around with. And there was polka dots all over the Valentino runway. This is the lace black garter that I found, and I actually like it styled over pants or over something, I think, and there were definitely a lot of lacy pieces in the looks. Here I'm trying the vintage blazer with all of the beadwork detail. It looks like it could be like a wedding jacket or something like that. Let's go back home and do a haul. I am home from the thrift store. It's actually the next day, but I wanted to share the finds that I scored at Savers that were very Valentino inspired. I think I got some good finds and everything is washed and clean and ready to go. So first off, we have to start with the accessories, and I scored these amazing black gloves. I mean, how dramatic are these? I am obsessed. I love them. I think these would be so cute with a really puffy sleeve white eyelet blouse, or even just something really lacy and sheer, and they're just so dramatic. So these are going to be so much fun to style, and they're super soft. They're like that like spandexy material. Then I found this oversized pearl necklace, and I'm always here for pearl. I just love pearl accessories. This was $6.99. I still have the tag on it, but I just loved how sparkly it is and how oversized the pearls are. That's going to be so much fun to style. Then I couldn't go without getting a polka dot item. And I just love how in the Valentino show, the polka dots were really sheer and super feminine. And so I feel like this top is perfect. So this is a vintage, really satiny, shiny polka dot blouse. It has shoulder pads. You know I love shoulder pads. And I love the black and white. And this I definitely am going to style with only a couple buttons, and then it's kind of like flowy, draped open. It's kind of oversized, so even I imagine it styled with a pair of bloomer shorts or boxer shorts, something like that, and really playing into like that feminine vibe with the shiny material, and I just love this. Another piece that I feel like could have been straight off the Valentino runway show for spring was this blazer. So this is also a vintage blazer by Chasse Petites, and it's this silky polka dot, super lightweight blazer, and it actually came with this little paisley pocket square, which I think really adds to that boho maximalism vibe, but I could always take that out if I wanted to. But I just love, again, how lightweight it is. It's super shiny, and it just reminded me so much of the polka dots in the runway show. And this, I think, is the perfect piece for that transitional time, you know, where it's still a little bit cooler in the morning and then it heats up a little bit in the afternoon. This is perfect for layering. And then if I'm going to be thrifting the Valentino show, you have to get some lace pieces or almost like lingerie style pieces. So I found this really pretty eyelet, piece here. And this I can imagine styled underneath, again, like a eyelet lacy top, and just having the tops of this kind of peek out. There were so many looks that had that in Valentino, and so I think this is going to be fun to style. And even just wear with a piece, you know, there's so many tops that I have that are a little bit see-through, so having something pretty underneath will be really fun. And then I also found, this is a very random piece, but this black garter. I love the bow detail on the front there. And when I tried it on, I actually had it on a pair of high-waisted jeans. And I actually liked how that looked, or even it's kind of oversized, so even like a low-rise pair of jeans and having that just stick out. Imagine with this, a pair of jeans, this over it, and so this is kind of just peeking out from the bottom. I think that's going to be so much fun to style. And those were the pieces that I found that I think really embodied the Valentino runway show. I think you definitely need to have lace, sheer, polka dots, that boho maximalism, and just adding everything all together. So those are my finds. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I make videos every Thursday and Sunday all about thrifting and fashion and personal style. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and follow me on my Instagram and TikTok, which are both at Style by Elle Writer. And I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.